a world plunged into cold. The unsettling arrival of 1816. The year 1816 dawned with a deep sense of unease. Skies across the northern hemisphere grew strangely dim. Sunsets blazed with unnaturally vivid colors, a spectacle that few understood. People felt a persistent chill even when summer should have arrived. The air itself seemed heavy, carrying whispers of an impending unknown disaster. This was not the world they knew. Something profound, something global was terribly wrong. Farmers looked to their fields with growing concern. The familiar rhythms of nature were disrupted, replaced by an unnerving uncertainty that settled over communities far and wide, a silent dread, anticipating hardship and change. This period became known as the year without a summer. It was a time of profound climatic disruption. Across Europe and North America, temperatures plummeted. Frosts occurred in June. Snow fell in July in some regions. The sun, when visible, seemed weak, its warmth diminished. People wrapped themselves in extra layers, bewildered by the persistent cold. They searched for explanations. Many believed it was a divine punishment. Others suspected atmospheric disturbances of an unknown origin. The mystery deepened as the weeks turned into months, and the expected warmth of summer never truly materialized, leaving a chilling mark on the collective memory of those who endured it. Unbeknownst to the shivering populations, the culprit lay thousands of miles away. Its effects were slowly, inexorably spreading across the globe. On the island of Sumbawa in present-day Indonesia, a colossal event had occurred the previous year. This event was so powerful, its consequences so far-reaching, that it would alter weather patterns worldwide. The connection between the distant eruption and the immediate suffering was not yet understood. Science had not yet advanced enough to link the strange weather to a specific volcanic cataclysm on the other side of the planet. This lack of understanding only amplified the fear and confusion gripping the affected regions. The implications of this unfolding climatic anomaly were vast and terrifying. Food production was severely impacted. Failed crops led to scarcity. Scarcity led to rising prices. Hunger became a grim reality for many. Social unrest began to simmer in various parts of the world. People were desperate. They were cold. They were hungry. The year without a summer was not just a meteorological curiosity, it was a humanitarian crisis in the making. It was a stark demonstration of how profoundly interconnected the Earth's systems truly were, a lesson that would be learned with great difficulty and hardship across continents. The primary cause of this global cooling was the eruption of Mount Tambora in April 1815. This was not an ordinary volcanic event, it was one of the most powerful eruptions in recorded human history. The explosion was heard hundreds of miles away. It ejected an immense volume of ash, rock, and gas into the atmosphere. The immediate vicinity of the volcano was utterly devastated. Entire villages were wiped out. Tens of thousands of people perished directly from the eruption or its immediate after-effects, such as tsunamis and pyroclastic flows. The scale of the immediate destruction was almost unimaginable for those living far from volcanic regions. The eruption column from Tambora reached astonishing heights. It thrust massive quantities of sulfur dioxide gas high into the stratosphere. Once in the stratosphere, these gases underwent chemical reactions. They formed a veil of sulfate aerosols. This aerosol layer was not localized. Prevailing high-altitude winds gradually spread it around the entire planet. It acted like a reflective blanket. It significantly reduced the amount of solar radiation reaching the Earth's surface. This reduction in sunlight was the direct trigger for the global cooling that followed, a chilling consequence of nature's immense power unleashed from deep within the Earth. The immediate impact around Tambora itself was catastrophic. Darkness enveloped the region for days due to the thick ashfall. Crops were obliterated and freshwater sources were contaminated. The island of Sumbawa and neighboring islands experienced complete agricultural collapse. The loss of life was staggering, with estimates suggesting over 70,000 deaths in the region from the eruption and the subsequent famine and disease. This local tragedy, however, was merely the prelude to a much wider global crisis. The fine particles from the volcano were beginning their slow, invisible journey to affect climates thousands of miles distant. The term volcanic winter describes the climatic effect that Tambora induced. The stratospheric aerosol layer persisted for several years. It disrupted normal weather patterns on a global scale. While the most acute cooling was felt in 1816, the effects lingered. Temperatures remained below average for at least 2 to 3 years after the eruption. This prolonged period of climatic stress pushed many communities to their limits. It demonstrated how a single geological event could have profound and lasting consequences for the entire planet, a stark reminder of the Earth's dynamic and sometimes destructive nature, influencing human history in ways few could predict. In Europe, the summer of 1816 was marked by incessant rain and unseasonable cold. Rivers flooded, crops rotted in the fields. Countries like Switzerland, Germany, and Ireland faced dire food shortages. Grain prices skyrocketed, leading to widespread hunger and desperation. People resorted to eating whatever they could find, including cats, dogs, and weeds. Food riots broke out in several cities as people struggled to survive the relentless grip of this artificial winter. The social fabric in many areas began to fray under the immense pressure of starvation and economic collapse, turning neighbor against neighbor in the desperate quest for sustenance. North America experienced similarly bizarre and destructive weather. In New England and eastern Canada, heavy snowfalls were recorded in June. Frosts killed off budding crops repeatedly throughout what should have been the growing season. Farmers faced ruin. Many were forced to abandon their land. This agricultural disaster contributed to a wave of westward migration in the United States as families sought more stable climates and better opportunities. The year without a summer became a grim entry in the annals of American folklore, a testament to nature's unpredictable power and its capacity to disrupt human lives profoundly. The global impact was not limited to Europe and North America. Weather patterns were disrupted across Asia as well. Monsoon seasons were altered in India, leading to both droughts and floods, which in turn triggered outbreaks of diseases like cholera. China experienced failed rice harvests and widespread famine in some provinces. The reach of Tambora's atmospheric veil was truly global, though the specific manifestations of the climatic disruption varied from region to region. This interconnectedness, where a volcanic event in Indonesia could cause starvation in Ireland, was a harsh lesson in global atmospheric dynamics, poorly understood at the time. Beyond the immediate suffering, the year without a summer had some unusual cultural side effects. Stuck indoors due to the gloomy weather during a Swiss holiday, Mary Shelley conceived the idea for her novel Frankenstein. Lord Byron wrote his poem Darkness, inspired by the bleak conditions. The lack of oats for horses is also thought to have spurred the German inventor Karl von Drais to develop the draisine, an early form of the bicycle. These creative and inventive responses emerged from a period of profound adversity, showing human resilience even amidst widespread despair and environmental upheaval. The year without a summer stands as a stark reminder of the Earth's immense power. It demonstrated how a single natural event could dramatically alter the global climate. The suffering it caused was immense. It highlighted the fragility of human societies in the face of such large-scale environmental changes. For those who lived through it, 1816 was a year of fear, hunger, and uncertainty. The memory of the cold, dark summer lingered for generations, a benchmark for hardship and a story told to emphasize the unpredictable nature of the world they inhabited, a world capable of sudden and drastic shifts. This historical event underscores the interconnectedness of our planet. The ash and gases from Tambora did not respect national borders. They spread throughout the atmosphere, affecting distant lands and diverse cultures. It was an early, albeit tragic, illustration of global atmospheric circulation and its consequences. In an age before rapid communication and global scientific cooperation, the true cause remained a mystery to most sufferers for a long time. This lack of understanding only compounded the sense of helplessness and fear as communities struggled to comprehend the forces reshaping their world. The story of Tambora and the year without a summer resonates strongly with modern anxieties about climate change. While Tambora's impact was caused by a natural event, it provides a historical precedent for rapid and disruptive climate shifts. It shows how quickly our agricultural systems and social stability can be threatened. Today, human activities are altering the climate at an unprecedented rate. The lessons from 1816 serve as a cautionary tale. They remind us of the profound consequences that can arise from significant changes in the Earth's energy balance, whether natural or human-induced, urging us to consider the future. Ultimately, the year without a summer is more than just a historical curiosity. It is a case study in climate science. It is a story of human resilience and adaptation. It is a warning. The eruption of Mount Tambora changed the world in 1816, leaving an indelible mark on history. Its legacy continues to inform our understanding of climate dynamics and the potential for abrupt environmental change. By studying such events, we can better prepare for future challenges and appreciate the delicate balance that sustains life on our planet, a balance that history shows can be dramatically and suddenly upset.